Hello and welcome to the webinar today. Did you know that every human is born a genius? Well, we're here today to help you discover how to unlock your inner genius and have the freedom, peace and loving relationships you ultimately desire using the 3 dimensions of your mind. So, my name's Michelle Graham, and over the past 37 years, I've studied and practiced meditation to achieve stillness of mind in the midst of dynamic daily life. I've completed the Mind Dynamics course, trained as a Reiki Level 1, 2 and 3 practitioner and teacher, trained as a journey therapist with Brandon Bays, which clears the emotional causes of disease, completed Psych-K, Basic, Advanced and Professional Training, which fast-tracks desired change in your life, studied and practiced intensively the work, a profound process of thought inquiry to bring peace back into your life, and now I work with my partner Sam, helping others to find peace from the stresses of our modern world, to help them clear subconscious blocks so that they may live the life of their dreams and assist them to get clear about and to live their ideal life.
Hello, my name is Sam Pekaski. My journey was 30 years of discovering how to move from dysfunctional self-sabotage and mindless repetitive patterns to more peaceful, joyful, loving outcomes that I could plan and factor into my life. I was a business owner for 40 years, a property developer, business consultant, entrepreneurial developer of retail and service businesses, professional promotions, promoting professional people with a passion, staff trainer, train the trainer T41 accreditation, business trainer, systems coordinator, accredited life coach, accredited lifeline counsellor, prison reform counsellor, dispute resolution, mediation to a win-win outcome.
So, what are the 3 dimensions of your mind that will unlock your inner genius? Well, they are your conscious mind, your subconscious mind, and superconscious mind. So, the function of your conscious mind is to analyze information, make decisions and choices, exercise willpower, and your conscious mind has a 40-bit processor, which means it can only process 40 bits of information per second. Let's have a look at the function of your subconscious mind. Well, this is the seat of your emotions. It has the qualities of intuition, clairvoyance, clairaudience. It connects up with every other person on the planet. So we're constantly connected via our subconscious mind through the powers of intuition, clairvoyance, clairaudience. Some people might think that they don't have this capability, but in fact you do. The subconscious mind controls our habits and programs, and it has a 40 million bit processor. This means that your subconscious mind processes 40 million bits of information every second. So this is why, if you've ever wondered why you might put out a conscious intent for something and you never seem to get that result, you may have to look to your subconscious mind and see what's going on in the way of programs and beliefs, because 95% of your waking hours is being run by this 40 million bit processor subconscious mind. So the superconscious mind is the field of all possibilities. It's what quantum physicists refer to as the quantum field. This field has the qualities of omniscience, omnipresence and omnipotence. So omniscient means it's having infinite knowledge. All knowledge is stored in this superconscious field. The qualities of omnipresence means it's present everywhere at the same time. And omnipotence means having great or unlimited power. This field, it's the all-connected one mind and has the qualities of stillness, silence, presence, and the experience of isness. Everything just is. How would you use all 3 minds to create the life you desire? Well, firstly, you need to know how to activate your conscious mind. since your conscious mind's only working 5% of your waking hours, we really need to know how to harness and activate that conscious mind, on purpose, so we can achieve our desired results. We need to reprogram the subconscious mind, clear out any self-sabotaging beliefs that are hidden away in that subconscious processor, and then leverage the superconscious field of all possibilities. So here's a diagram that might help you explain the three different minds a little bit further. In the middle, you've got your conscious mind, which is only operating 5% of your waking hours. And it's responsible for planning, willpower, critical thinking, short-term memory, judgments and decisions. Your subconscious mind is controlling your automatic body functions, your habits and patterns, your emotions, your creativity. It's protecting you. It's running your cellular memory. Now, this is an interesting dynamic. If you know the scientific fact that every 18 months, pretty well every cell in the human body has been replaced brand new, you might then ask the question, well, how come we can continue to carry disease in ourselves from 1 year to the next or 1 decade to the next? The fact is that our cells have a memory which gets passed from one generation to the next. And that's all held in the subconscious mind. So your subconscious mind is also your long-term memory. And it is running the show of your life, of your waking life, 95% of the time. The quantum field, it is the experience of stillness, silence, presence, awareness. It has the qualities of omnipresence, meaning present everywhere at the same time, omniscient, having infinite knowledge, omnipotent, having greater unlimited power, and isness. Everything just is. The sages all down through history have told us that this field, this quantum field, is beyond time. Their experience of it is that the past, the present, and the future are all happening simultaneously in the now. There is nothing but the now. It's only our delusion that we have a past and a future, but in reality, when we're fully connected with this quantum field, we experience just the eternal now. And from that place, we can use our conscious mind, subconscious mind, to totally dynamically connect up with the field of all possibilities. So here's another diagram showing the way our conscious mind connects with the field. So we might put out an intent consciously, and here it is, it moves out from our conscious mind, and providing we have no contrary beliefs and programs, it goes direct to the quantum field, and we start to manifest from the quantum field of all possibilities what we want. So we're putting out this conscious intent and to have a loving relationship, and providing we have no contrary beliefs or programs, this is what appears in our field. We might put out an intent to have a highly successful, profitable business, and providing, once again, there's no contrary beliefs and programs, that's what we get. Or we may intend for the home of our dreams, and without obstruction from contrary beliefs and programs in our subconscious mind, we manifest our desired home from the field of all possibilities. So here's a diagram showing what happens when our subconscious beliefs don't line up with our conscious intent. So the thought goes out, but it hits an obstruction in the way of contrary subconscious beliefs. And what we get is a distorted creation showing up in the field or in our physical experience. So instead of, we've put out an intent to have a loving relationship, all we end up with is fighting and warring and unhappy families, because our contrary subconscious belief is obstructing this intent, and it's putting out this distorted creation, something quite different from what we consciously think we want. And over here, if we're intending to have, a profitable business, we may have a subconscious belief that contradicts this, something, that we're not worthy of having that. And what comes out of it is this continual problems with debt, we're never quite achieving our goals, and one problem after another. So how do we create our life experience? Well, the scientists tell us that electrical and magnetic energy form the atoms of matter, meaning the atoms that make up our physical world. A change in that electromagnetic energy changes the atoms that show up in our physical world. So that means if that electromagnetic energy changes, our experience that we're having in the physical world changes. And our hearts produce the strongest electrical and magnetic energy of our entire body. And heart-based feelings and beliefs create electrical and magnetic waves that extend into the field or the world beyond our bodies. So the good news is that as we change our feelings and beliefs, we change the energy that forms the atoms of our world. This means that once we change these heart-based feelings and beliefs that we've been storing in our subconscious mind, everything starts shifting and changing in the field, in that quantum field of all possibilities. So we start creating entirely new outcomes for ourselves, simply by changing these heart-based feelings and beliefs. Your brain and heart emit electromagnetic energy. But did you know that your heart emits an electromagnetic field 5,000 times greater in strength than the field produced by your brain? This is why if any of you have ever seen the movie The Secret or read anything about the law of attraction, they're always saying you've got to add in the feeling of what you want. It's because your heart energy is 5,000 times greater than the thought you're putting out for. So you've got to couple the two dynamic parts of your intending, that is the thought for a new creation, needs to be coupled with the feeling of it, of already living in that creation, because that is sending out an electromagnetic field that's 5,000 times greater than your thought. And as we saw in the previous diagram, when we change our electromagnetic field, the quantum field picks up on that, and the physical appearances that happen in our experience start to change. It's a very simple dynamic once you know how it all works. So in our programs, we teach in 3 stages. The first stage is teaching you how to activate your conscious mind. So firstly, we help you to write your vision. We teach you how to write your vision correctly, to put it in the now, to create it in a way that you're not going to immediately set up subconscious obstruction to that vision. And yes. Sam, would you like to add anything to that?
Asking powerful questions. The world is, as we know it, seeking answers. The most empowering thing is to formulate the right questions and wait for the right answers to come along.
Yeah. So once you've written your vision, you need to daily choose what thoughts you entertain, because once you've set out a vision that is quite different from what you've experienced in the past, you're naturally going to get thoughts popping up in your mind, oh, that's not true, and that's not what's going to happen, but you have an immense power with your conscious mind, because it is the gatekeeper to what thoughts you allow to stay entertained in your mind. So we help you to learn how to choose the thoughts that you allow to remain consciously in your life.
The first stage of 3D mindset transformation, the conscious mind, the new vision, is like the rudder on the ship. It steers the power of the subconscious mind into the field of all possibilities. If this is not programmed to our real desire, it'll run on default with the very thing that we don't want to happen. Either way, it will run. So the choice is whether we let it run on default. Down the track, we find things don't turn out the way we thought they would, or actually plan to set a vision and then, through a very simple system, put that vision into practice.
So each day, you need to be choosing the thoughts that you feed through to your subconscious mind, and you have that power simply in the moment. When you have a thought pop up that says, oh, you know, this just isn't going to happen, you immediately have the choice of letting that thought stay in your conscious mind, or you have the power to say, I am making it happen. Everything I do each day is taking me one step closer to this vision I have for myself.
This program enables us to start to notice what we're thinking. 50 to 70,000 thoughts every day that we're running through. The same thoughts we were thinking yesterday, the same thoughts we're going to be thinking tomorrow. This program guides and teaches on just how to recognise what is automatically being thought every day and what is being sent out into the field of all possibilities.
So another step in this stage one is we teach you how to question disempowering thoughts. Most of the time we have these thoughts there and we never stop to even question whether they're true or not. And in fact, when we start to question whether they're true, we start to see that it may have been true once or twice somewhere in the back of our life, but it's certainly not true for a lot of other people we know, so why should it be true for us? And there's other methods that we teach you to truly probe whether these thoughts are working for you, and if there could be other possibilities, and you very, very quickly see there are numerous possibilities that are equally as true, and the power that that thought had over you suddenly dissolves, and you're left with a presence of peace, strength, confidence, and a clear mind to then go on and just choose the thoughts that come consciously to you.
I used to have a favourite saying 30 years ago and beyond, when something went wrong, well, that's just Murphy's Law. Like Murphy's Law, when I really needed everything just to fall into place and go right, Murphy had come along and sabotaged. And until I got so sick of Murphy, I started searching for what was creating Murphy in my life, and it was just staggering what I found that I had been putting out, that the field of all possibilities was just incubating and magnifying back to me down the track.
So the fourth step of asking powerful questions, there's a great example of this. The author Jack Canfield, who wrote Chicken Soup for the Soul, he created a vision for himself that he was going to make $1 million. So once he set that vision, he put a $1 million note above his bed on the ceiling so that he'd look at that every time he woke up, and when he went to sleep it was the last thing he saw. But he also put out a powerful question, and that was, how can I make $1 million? So he just put that out, really put it out to the quantum field, and he expected an answer to come to him. It's that expectancy that an answer is there, it already is there, because that field is this state of isness. Then you just leave that question out there and wait for the cues to come from the field. So Jack Canfield, he just got on with his life, and one day he was in the shower and the thought came to him, hang on, I've got a book I've written. He said, I could make $1 million out of that book. And then he put out the next powerful question, how can I promote that book? So once again, he left that question out there, and then he was invited to speak at a function about his book. And while he was there was a reporter from a major newspaper, and she approached him after his speech and she said, I really love your message. I'd love to do an article about your book. Well, next thing you know, Jack Canfield had $1 million worth of sales because he'd achieved such leverage through that woman writing the article in a major newspaper. So the powerful questions is an important part of this stage 1 process.
And then listening, waiting, leads, and steps, the answers drift into your consciousness in such an inspirational way when you're walking, or in the shower, or when you're just at peace with yourself. Supernatural mind will just feed down to you, and you'll know them, you'll recognise them, because they'll be exciting, they'll be inspirational, full of enthusiasm. Write them down,
and
carry them out.
Act upon them. It's one thing to have those inspirations, but you must act on them, and act on them as soon as you possibly can.
And as time goes by, you just get better and better at recognising the difference between inspiration and negativity.
So just looking at a diagram here of how our thoughts create out in the field. So we all know that heart-based feelings and beliefs create electrical and magnetic waves that extend into the world or the quantum field beyond our bodies. So if we have a feeling of appreciation and gratitude, the underlying thought of that is, the world delivers so much to me, then what do you think is going to show up out in the field? The world delivers more to me. Because we've changed our feelings and beliefs, and it's starting to shake up and stimulate the quantum field, and we're saying, the world delivers so much to me. Well, guess what? The world's going to deliver more. So what if you're walking around with a feeling of anger, and underlying that anger is the thought, I'm not getting what I want? Well, what do you think is going to get delivered? The world delivers less of what I want, because that's what you're telling the quantum field every moment of your day that you feel anger. That is stimulating the quantum field and telling it what you expect. So that's exactly what shows up in the field of all possibilities. So it's a total key to how we can start to shift and change what shows up in our world from day to day. So stage 2, we help you reprogram your subconscious mind. Firstly, we need to clear out redundant subconscious beliefs. Most of us would not realise what has happened to us up until about the age of 6 or 7. You probably heard that old story. I think it was a Jesuit priest used to say, give me a child to the age of 7 and I'll show you the man. Well, the reason they said that was they understood the psychological dynamic of the state of mind a child is in up until the age of 7. Prior to the age of 7, our prefrontal cortex has not developed, and that prefrontal cortex, or the conscious mind, gives us the ability of discerning right, wrong, good, bad. Do we want this or do we not want this? It's our discerning capability. But up until the age of 7, the scientists show us that the child is in the same brainwave state as a person who's been put into a hypnotic trance. It's called a hypnagogic brainwave state. So here we are in this hypnotic state of mind, and we're observing the world around us. So we're like psychic sponges.
Up to 2 years of age, the child is 98% creative. By the age of 7, the same child is 2% creative.
Yeah. So the child has absorbed all of the beliefs of their primary caregivers, the important people showing up in their lives. These days, we've got the TV going most of the time, so there's so much chaos showing on TV.
But the one common denominator for the child is one question, one answer.
Yeah. So definitely we need to help you clear out redundant subconscious beliefs. Make sure that you've got subconscious beliefs happening that are going to support you to achieve the goals that you put out for. The second aspect of this stage 2 is using emotive affirmations to activate your vision. Start to harness that immense power of your heart energy that stimulates the quantum field through the electromagnetic forces of your heart.
We teach you to recognise what your mind is running on autopilot and catching what's positive and what's negative, and bringing that any negative thought back to a positive affirmation.
The third thing to do at this stage 2 is build a sensory-rich picture of your new life. The subconscious mind really works in feelings, so we need to give it sensory cues to how it feels to be already living in this new life vision. So we need to tell it what it looks like, what it sounds like, what it feels like, and we build this beautiful sensory-rich picture of already being in this new life. And once we've done that, then the subconscious mind sets about with its 40 million bit processor to connect up all the dots to bring that together into a physical picture of our life.
It's obvious to neuroscientists that the subconscious mind is a computer, a programmed computer, and fundamentally programmed with up to 90% of our life's programmed by the age of 7 years. We have several tools that we use, world-renowned tools, tried and tested tools that we use to go into those beliefs, and any beliefs that are not serving, we can discreate them and turn them around to more positive outcomes.
So the fourth step is reading your vision daily. Upon waking and before sleeping are good times, but you would probably want to carry it with you through the day so that you can check in and read it many times during the day. Part of reprogramming subconscious mind is repetition. You probably remember when you first learnt to ride a bicycle, the only way that you got to ride that bicycle proficiently was repetition. You just kept getting on that bike, you kept going through the processes, and then one day, all of a sudden, you took off and you didn't even have to think about what you were doing, think about balancing or moving your legs or anything. You just took off and chattering away with your friends. What's happened there is you gave enough repetition to the new idea, and your brain created new neural pathways that allowed that new activity to just run on autopilot in your life. So reading your vision daily is an important part of this recreating your life. So stage 3, leveraging the superconscious mind or the field, the quantum field. It's simple. sow the seed, tend the crop, and then reap the harvest.
An almost biblical historic story of simplicity. Trouble is, for many of us, what seed are we sowing? We don't know often until the harvest comes up. It can be 2 or 3 seasons down the track of sowing, and by the time the harvest is coming up, we don't recognise. It doesn't appear to be the seed that we're sowing, but it must always be the seed that we put down.
And then tending the crop. That's using the discipline of your conscious mind every day, watching it, catching it for any negative thoughts or opposing thoughts to your new vision, and then using your conscious mind to change your thought to something that is supportive of your new vision. Tending the crop, weeding out the beliefs and the thoughts that are going to oppose this new vision.
So the 3D Mindset Transformation Program, conscious mind, the rudder of the huge ship of subconscious memory mind, identifying the thoughts that work and identifying the thoughts that don't work, tending to that crop, and the third stage, superconscious mind, the field of all possibilities, where incubation of ideas, magnification of ideas happen.
So when you leave this webinar, you've got a lot of great information from us, right? But if you haven't been able to resolve those recurring issues in your life before, it can be a little overwhelming. Would you agree? So what can you do about it? Is it okay if we show you the fast and easy way to make all this happen for you? We've got a number of programs. The first one is our 2-day Change Your Life program. If you really want to fast track your change, your life change, this is the program for you. So this includes 2 full days coaching with meals and accommodation. So you arrive at 5 p.m. one day, and then you'll leave at 5 p.m. 2 days later. So you're living in, and it's focused attention on you for 2 full days, whilst you just have all the time to zoom in on what you would like to change in your life. Clear out the things that aren't working for you, uproot the subconscious blocks to achieving that new life, and everything is looked after. You've got beautiful meals, you've got a lovely, comfortable, and private master ensuite bedroom in a lovely location on Tamborine Mountain, Queensland, Australia. We pick you up at the airport and drop you back to the airport if you're coming from overseas or interstate. So everything's provided for to give you maximum time to just focus in and change your life.
Is it 2 full-on 12-hour days? Early morning walks, evening walks, midday time out. But apart from that, 2 very, very intensive full-on days to cover the material that we have to get through. 2 exciting days. People bounce out of this 2 days and take away the tools to completely turn their world around to whatever they want for their life.
So this program also includes a 3D Mindset Manual to support your ongoing growth. So you'll take that manual home, and there's a lot more information for you to read through and study, for as long as you wish. It's there with you. After the course, you have 4 one-hour phone or Skype follow-up coaching calls. So we want to make sure that when you get back into your normal life, you have the support to keep this new evolution going. We want to make sure that you get that support to really anchor it in to your daily life, because you're going to go back quite a different person, and other people around you will start to notice that difference, and it may cause, them to feel a little bit upset. You just get on the phone and we will work through it in those 4 one-hour follow-up coaching calls.
But very simply, people going your way with your vision will just dovetail in with you. Such peace in those relationships. Other people of conflict will simply just vaporize. They may physically be there, but the dysfunction will just vaporize away. For a gift to you for signing up now, 6 months access to a weekly webinar coaching, 1-hour sessions of questions and answers, interactional, coaching, teaching, guiding, sharing. And
lifetime Facebook community group support. In that Facebook community group, you'll find other like-minded people on the same journey of growth that you're on, and you may chum up with some of them to keep doing some of the work that we teach you to do on your mind, and form lifelong friendships through this Facebook community group. So the next program we offer is a 3-month 3D Mindset Transformation program.
This program and the next one, the 6-month 3D Mindset Transformation program, are both remote programs. You say remote because they can be done anywhere throughout the world by phone or Skype. We do everything that we do in the 2 days, but we do it over a period of time that suits the client.
And it also provides you with a 3D Mindset Manual to support your ongoing growth. You have your 10 1-hour phone or Skype coaching calls, 3 months access to the weekly webinar coaching, and lifetime Facebook community group support.
In the last two, the 3-month webinar and the Facebook community, you'll find people, friends will bubble up to support your journey. Or worksheet buddies that you can do ongoing maintenance with, and just very, very supportive environments to your growth, your journey, and the unfolding of your dynamic vision.
So the 6-month 3D Mindset Transformation Program includes 20 1-hour phone or Skype coaching calls, the 3D Mindset Manual, the 6 months access to weekly webinar coaching, and your lifetime Facebook community group support.
6-month access to weekly webinar coaching, normally 3 months, but we've included another 3-month gift to you for sign up now.
And finally, our last program is just signing up for the weekly webinar coaching. So we have a 1-hour weekly interactional Q&A coaching call available in 2 time zones, so it may work for you that you can attend both. So this gives you the option of having 2 1-hour weekly interaction Q&A coaching calls. It includes the 3 Easy Steps to 3D Mind PDF ebook and lifetime Facebook community group support.
Webinar coaching is for folk that just wish to unfold their vision in a quieter, relaxed, peaceful way. They're happy just to let things unfold, and also to be part of an incredibly communicative, supportive family group.
So you can get onto this weekly call and ask specific questions about your life experience, and we'll help you work through that to find resolution and move back into peace with that situation. So it's a great opportunity to just nip in the bud those sort of recurring thoughts that are causing you problems in your interactions and life experience. So here's just some of our course attendees' testimonials. Debbie from Brisbane, Australia said, "I was looking for direction as I felt I was at a crossroads in my life. I found that direction in this course. The knowledge I have gained in one short weekend with these fantastic mentors is definitely changing my life for the better. I am so much more positive and happier within myself. Who knows how our world would change if the principles of Life Excels were taught in schools. This intensive course has changed my life, and it will change yours too. When Debbie's saying, who knows how our world would change if these principles were taught in schools, we really opened her mind up to a whole new way of thinking that she had never experienced before. She came downstairs the first morning and just said, I'm really having trouble getting my head around this, but by the end of the day, she just totally realised that there was a whole new way of approaching life that was going to make her life so much more simple and more loving and harmonious. And Carmel from Sydney, Australia said, I've come away from this course so much more relaxed and confident. The understanding of how previous programming has had such an impact on my entire life was enlightening and empowering for me. Sam and Michelle helped me to connect with my own power and to honour what feels right for me. I've got so much more energy now to really live the life I want. And what Carmel discovered was that this one subconscious belief that she'd had there in the background of her life had created such a lead weight. It was just weighing her entire life down. And once she became consciously aware of it and realised she could change that, all of a sudden she has all this energy available because she's no longer carrying around this lead weight of a heavy subconscious belief that didn't work for her.
When we change the story that's running on the inside, our outside world changes in line with it completely.
So, change your life today. Act now. If you want the life of your dreams, here's what to do. The 6-month coaching program, you can sign up through this website, http://3dmindsettransformation.com, or the 2-day Change Your Life program, the 3-month coaching program, and the weekly webinar coaching. So there's the web addresses for each of the courses available to you. The question is, do you want to change your life now?
What's holding you back? Come and join us on this exciting unfolding of our desired vision.
See you soon. We look forward to working with you and helping you get the life of your dreams. Bye for now.